The argument erupted in the tiny living room so abruptly that Lily Reynolds froze mid-step, clutching her sketchbook to her chest. "Dad, why are you renting out my mother's room?" she whispered. Mark Reynolds, 38, rough hands from construction work, soft eyes that carried too many years of responsibility, closed his eyes briefly. He was exhausted, overworked, behind on bills, and permanently carrying the weight of trying to be both parents at once. "Sweetheart, we don't have a choice," he murmured. Before Lily could respond, the front door creaked open. A young woman stepped inside, Brooke Carter, 20 years old, honey brown wavy hair, light brown skin, soft features, a gentle expression, oversized college backpack slung over her shoulder. Her eyes carried a quiet sadness beneath their brightness. She stopped when she saw the tension. Lily glared. Mark stiffened. Brooke froze. "Sorry," Brooke breathed. I didn't mean to interrupt." "You did," Lily shot back, voice trembling. "You're taking my mom's room." The sentence hit the air like a slap. Brooke went still, something painful flickering in her eyes. She swallowed, stepped closer, and crouched down gently to Lily's level. "I'm not here to replace anyone," she whispered. "I promise." Lily blinked, surprised by the softness. Mark cleared his throat, embarrassed. "Lily, apologize." "No," Lily said, stepping back. "I don't want her here." Brooke remained still, calm, respectful, but her next words changed everything. "I lost my mom too," she said softly, "when I was younger than you." Lily froze. Mark's expression shifted. The room felt suddenly fragile. This wasn't an ordinary tenant. Something deeper was happening. Hello everyone. Before we begin today's video, we want to thank you for your support, love, and kindness. We wouldn't have come this far without you. Subscribing is one of the best ways you can help us. It's quick, free, and allows us to continue to bring you great content. Your support means everything. Let's keep this channel growing collectively. Where are you watching from? Drop your city and country in the comments below. Thank you very much. Now, let's get back to the story. Mark had placed Brooke's duffel bag in the hallway, but as she reached for it, it slipped from her hand, spilling its contents across the floor. Textbooks, a small stack of envelopes, a photo of her and an older man in a tuxedo, wealthy looking, arms around her. Lily frowned. "Who's that?" Brooke quickly snatched the photo. No one important. But Lily's eyes narrowed. "He looks rich." Brooke swallowed. "That doesn't matter." Mark didn't notice the photo. He was too focused on the bills stacked on the kitchen table. Overdue notices. Shut-off warnings. All the worry he tried to hide from his daughter. He forced a smile and turned to Brooke. "You sure about staying here? This place isn't exactly luxury." Brooke nodded quickly. "It's perfect. I just need somewhere quiet to study." But the truth lay quietly beneath her steady voice. She could have lived anywhere. She didn't need to rent a room. She had run away from something. Something painful. Something connected to the man in the photo. Lily kept her guard up all afternoon. When Brooke tried to help unpack, Lily closed the door. When Brooke offered her a cookie, Lily walked away. When Brooke asked if she liked drawing, Lily shrugged and left the room. Mark tried to soothe her. "Sweetheart, she's our tenant. She'll help us keep the house." "I don't need her help," Lily whispered. But her voice quivered and Mark's heart cracked. That evening, Mark stepped out to pick up extra shifts, leaving Brooke and Lily alone. The tension thickened instantly. Brooke sat quietly at the kitchen table, flipping through her college notes. Lily sat across from her, drawing in her sketchbook. Minutes passed in silence, until Lily sighed loudly and ripped a page from her sketchbook. Brooke looked up gently. "Did your drawing not come out the way you wanted?" "No," Lily muttered. "Can I see?" "No." Brooke hesitated, then picked up a pencil. She began sketching carefully, slowly, her strokes soft and precise. Lily frowned, curious despite herself. "What are you drawing?" Brooke slid the paper across the table. A perfect, delicate butterfly. Lily's eyes widened. "You draw..." Brooke nodded shyly. "My mom taught me before she passed." That sentence, it softened Lily instantly. She whispered, "Mine too, she used to draw with me." Brooke gave a tiny, trembling smile. "Maybe we can draw together sometime." Lily hesitated, then nodded once. Barely noticeable, but enough. A first crack in the wall. Later that night, while Brooke cleaned the dishes, Lily peeked into the hallway and saw Brooke on the phone. Voice low, tense, sad. "Yes, Dad," Brooke whispered. "I told you I'm not coming home. I don't want the money. I don't want the mansion. I need to be somewhere normal. Somewhere people don't treat me like a problem to be solved." Silence. A male voice boomed faintly through the receiver. "I'm not returning," she whispered. "Please stop sending people to find me." Lily gasped. Brooke spun around. "You heard that." Lily swallowed. "Why would someone rich want to find you?" Brooke looked away. "Because they don't understand me. But your dad, Mark, he treats me like a real person, not like a project." Lily stared at her for a long moment, then whispered, "You can sit with me, if you want." Brooke blinked back emotion. "I'd like that." They sat on the living room rug, drawing butterflies together. For the first time, Lily laughed. A small, beautiful laugh. Brooke closed her eyes briefly. It had been so long since she felt safe. Mark returned home hours later and froze at the sight. Lily sleeping peacefully on Brooke's shoulder. Brooke brushing her hair back gently. The sketchbook filled with butterflies drawn by 2 hands, not one. Mark's voice cracked. "Thank you, Brooke." She looked up with a soft smile. "She's an incredible kid." Emotion rose in Mark's throat. Brooke saw it and softened even more. Something new had entered the house. Warmth, belonging, family. But fate hadn't revealed the truth yet. Not the truth about Brooke's father. Not the truth about her inheritance. Not the truth about the people searching for her. Rain hammered the rooftop like fists as Mark paced in the living room after work, exhausted but grateful. For the first time in months, Lily seemed okay. The house felt warm again. Brooke sat on the couch with Lily leaning against her, braiding the little girl's curls gently. But then, a loud knock shook the front door. 3 sharp, violent pounds. Brooke froze. Her eyes filled with panic instantly. Mark frowned and walked toward the door, confused. "Ooh!" "Mark, wait." Brooke hissed, but before she could stop him, he opened the door. 2 men in dark suits stood in the rain. Polished shoes, earpieces, cold expressions. Behind them stood a tall man in an expensive black coat, salt and pepper beard, sharp eyes and presence so commanding that Mark instinctively stiffened. Brooke's breath caught in her throat. Her backpack slipped from her shoulder. "D-Dad?" The word trembled out of her mouth like a child's cry. Lily's eyes widened. Mark's heart dropped. Brooke's father stepped forward. "Brooke Elizabeth Carter," he said in a voice that sounded like money, power, and lifetime control. "You are coming home." Brooke shook her head immediately, stepping backward. "No, I'm staying here. I said I wasn't going back." He gestured to the small, worn-down house with a sneer. "You're living in this? With strangers? With them?" Mark bristled, but stayed silent, careful, protective. Brooke's father stepped inside without permission. His eyes swept the living room, the cheap furniture, the patched carpet, Lily's crayons on the table, Brooke's laundry folded neatly on the chair. His lip curled. "You ran away from a mansion to live in a shelter?" "It's not a shelter." Lily burst out, standing in front of him. "This is our home." The billionaire stared at her like she was invisible. Mark quickly placed a protective arm in front of Lily. Brooke's father turned back to his daughter. "You have school, security, inheritance, a family name to uphold. And you run away to," he gestured around again, "playhouse with a construction worker and his kid?" Brooke's chest tightened painfully. Mark flinched. That was the first time anyone said his job like it was a slur. But the billionaire wasn't done. He snapped his fingers. A third man stepped forward, holding a file, a folder full of photos. Brooke walking home with Lily. Brooke sketching with her. Brooke laughing in the kitchen. He held them up like evidence. "Do you think this is a life for you? Pretending to be poor?" Brooke's voice cracked. "I was never pretending." Mark stepped forward, stomach tight, voice controlled. "Sir, with respect, Brooke is safe here. She's welcome. She's been nothing but kind to my daughter." The billionaire didn't even turn his head. He simply spoke colder. "You can't give her the life she deserves." Brooke took a shaky breath. "Dad, please." He cut her off. "You will leave with us. Now." He reached to grab her arm. Mark intercepted instantly, grabbing the billionaire's wrist mid-air. "Don't touch her." For the first time, the powerful man looked at Mark directly. His eyes glinted with insulted pride. "You're interfering with my daughter's life," he said quietly. "That's a mistake." Mark didn't flinch. "I'm protecting her." "Protecting?" The billionaire laughed sharply. "From what? Love? Money? Opportunity?" Brooke trembled as tears filled her eyes. "No," Mark said softly. "From being treated like an object." The billionaire stiffened. Brooke's breath caught. Lily squeezed Brooke's hand. Silence filled the room like electricity. Brooke stepped between the two men, voice trembling but brave. "I didn't leave because of the money or the mansion. I left because you stopped seeing me." Her father blinked. "You cared more about your business partners than me. You cared more about my reputation than my heart." Her voice broke. "You controlled everything. What I wore, who I talked to, what I studied. You tried to build a daughter that looked good for your company, not a daughter who could breathe." Mark felt Lily tighten her grip around Brooke's palm. Brooke wiped tears. "And for the first time in years, in this small house with this family, I could breathe." Her father's jaw clenched. "Brooke." "No," she whispered. "I'm staying." The billionaire turned to the men behind him. "Escort her to the car." Brooke stepped back. "Don't you dare." The bodyguard moved forward. Before he could take one step, Lily Reynolds, 8 years old, tiny, stubborn, stepped in front of Brooke with both arms out. "Don't touch her." The room froze. The bodyguard stopped. Brooke covered her mouth. Mark's heart nearly burst. Lily glared at the billionaire with tears streaming down her cheeks. "She's my friend. She's my sister. She's my family." Brooke sobbed instantly. Mark choked up. The billionaire stared at Lily, and something cracked in him. A long, painful silence. Then Mark spoke quietly. "She just needed a home, sir, and we needed her too." For the first time, the billionaire saw something he had never been forced to see. His daughter's heart. Her real life. Her real happiness. Her real family. And none of it involved money. His shoulders slowly lowered. He whispered, almost broken, "Brooke." She looked up red-eyed. The billionaire swallowed hard, voice softer than ever. "Do you really want to stay here?" Brooke nodded, tears falling. "With them," she whispered. "Yes." The billionaire exhaled, deep, defeated, humbled. He turned to Mark. "You take care of her." Mark nodded slowly. "I already am." The billionaire looked at Brooke again. Then he said the words she had waited 10 years to hear. "I'm sorry, sweetheart." Brooke collapsed into tears. Mark pulled her into a steadying embrace as Lily hugged her waist tightly. Her father watched, and for once, he didn't interrupt. The billionaire visited the next morning, not with guards, not with commands, just with quiet humility. He sat on the Reynolds worn sofa, hands clasped, and told Brooke, "If you're staying, then I want to visit, to know you, to actually listen." Brooke cried again, this time with relief. Mark offered him coffee. Lily showed him her butterfly drawings. Brooke rested her head against Mark's shoulder without thinking. No one pushed her away. A broken father, a healing daughter, a growing family. That night, Lily whispered to Brooke, "You can share my mom's room. You can share everything. I choose you." Brooke wiped tears and kissed the top of her head. "I choose you too." And for the first time since her mother died, Brooke finally felt love for who she truly was. Not for her name, not for her inheritance, not for her father's wealth. Just loved. True wealth isn't measured by money, inheritance, or status. It's measured by love, integrity, and the courage to choose what truly matters in life. Those who value people over possessions will always build families, communities, and legacies that endure.